going on, everybody? Happy Thursday. Hope you're doing well. I am Perry. This is Timbip Live. Oh, so this is the My Bourbon Podcast. You might also know me as My Bourbon Gamer. On Twitch, if that's how you're watching. But either way, thank you so much for being here. If you're watching on the replay and you haven't done so already, please hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't done so yet. It is good to see you folks. Tony Bag of Donuts is here, saying hey, hey. Good to see you, Tony. Sugar Kitty. Doing some extra super duper multitasking. Doing some moderating. Showing up. And thanks to everybody who showed up on Friday night for Matt Madness, where I absolutely took a massive L. Two more streams just popped up? Of course they did. How could they not? How could they not? Excuse me. Max, good to see you as well. Hope you're doing all right. My goodness gracious, do we have a busy evening. That's what I wanted to do. Oh, how's everybody's week been? Well, I hope it has been exceptionally well. I'm we're looking at some potential storms here in a bit, so we're hoping things don't get too crazy. One more day ready for the weekend. Dude, I am so excited for this weekend. Jason, I hope you're doing well. Very good to see you. This weekend we are celebrating my my nephew's first birthday, which is crazy. I can't believe that he is 1 already. Man, I'm doing well. It's good to be here. I tell you that much. Just happy to make it through another day. What are we doing here? Joseph Preza, what are you doing here? It's good to see you. I hope that you are doing spectacularly. And his first steps, yeah, absolutely. I haven't seen him walk yet. I've seen him pull himself up and stand like a champ. Never go to a baby or toddler's birthday party unless it's your own, then you have no choice. I'm going to go to my nephew's birthday party. Got to get out of the office a bit early. Nice. Glad to hear it. Glad to see that you joined us, Mr. Brazo. I need something to drink. I'm thirsty. Still got some of this Maker's 101 sitting here from a couple weeks ago. I'll have a little bit of this, because why not? Might get to join you in June. I believe so. It's early June, I believe. Right? When you're going to be here? Is the move to pregame the birthday party, considering it's at like 11? Yeah, week of the 16th, I'm good. I'm good, Joe. We'll be hanging out. Yeah, considering his birthday party is very early in the day, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I did manage to get to pre-order a Switch 2 today. $11:30 is when his party starts. Mimosas and Bloody Marys, that's fair. I could rock a mimosa or two. I stayed up to try to order one through Best Buy. That did not go well. And then I fought with the GameStop website. And eventually I stuck it out and it worked. So I was very pleased. Lucky we tried for like an hour last night. Also, hi, listening in from the car. Clifton, good to see you. Happy you're here, buddy. Folks, we're going to get into it here in just a minute, but if you haven't done so already, hit the subscribe button, like the video as well. Thank you for watching on the replay if you are doing that. And if you want to support the show as it is happening live, you can do so by heading to the pinned comment at the top of your chat, whether you are on Twitch or YouTube, it does not matter. We call those snuffy chats because they're in support of our main man back here, Mr. Snuffleupagus. He is the patron saint of 110-Bit Live. He's beautiful. He's amazing. We love him. Where is my water? I have found it. Sitting at the liquor store waiting for them to bring out my bottles for tonight. Nice. But let's get to it. What am I trying to do here? Take that down. There we go. What up, Kyle? Hey, homie, just got home from work. It's been one of those weeks. I feel that, man. I feel that. So we're gonna start with something we don't normally do, and let's watch a little bit of a video. And this is. Hold on, let me. Hello? Why can't I make my video smaller? There we go. That's fine. Boom. But this is our weekly update on what happened at Buffalo Trace. This is my fish rescue podcast. Yeah, it's some crazy stuff. Where is my... I gotta get the right option. Gotta get the right option going. All right, so this is pretty nuts. I'll say that much. Okay. Well, here's an ad for Ancestry DNA. Maybe don't.
My passion for fisheries and the bourbon industry is unwavering.
Cole Delyden has been spending the past few weeks combining his coursework with his hobbies.
It'll definitely be something that is unforgettable.
The aquaculture student applied his learning when his employer, Buffalo Trace Distillery, discovered there were fish from the Kentucky River trapped on their property from the historic flooding earlier this month.
I was very excited when the best of both worlds here in Frankfurt kind of aligned.
Matt, what's going on, brother? I hope you're doing well.
Fish that are trapped as a result of flooding, that's pretty rare. Yeah. First I've really heard of it.
Dr. Andrew Ray, one of Delyden's professors, says they didn't have time to marvel at the fact that these fish somehow made it more than a quarter-mile down the river, only to get stuck at the distillery.
Time was of the essence, really. The water was receding in that pond. The temperature was increasing in the pond, and the dissolved oxygen was going down. So these are things we can measure and quantify, and it was getting more risky for the fish. So we had to hop in and get it done.
The fish that were rescued at Buffalo Trace are making a quick pit stop here at KSU before being returned to their natural habitat.
I knew we had the...
Yeah, so the result of this insane flooding, of course, it's like... What is the... what's the rule? If something can go wrong, it will go wrong. Right? What is that rule? Or what is that law called? It's just a big carp, nothing special. Let me see if I can pull this up on... This content isn't available right now. Of course it's not. Maybe I can just get to it from... I'm not logged into Facebook. Anyway, Murphy's Law, thank you. Yo, Madrasmus, where have you been? The Swede has returned. I kind of got worried that you were banned or something. Good to have you back, homie. Hope you've been well. Very good. Very good to see you. But like it feels like Murphy's Law applies to what has happened with the flooding at Buffalo Trace. I'm sure that they've lost barrels. People had, time that they weren't able to work. There was, the gift shop that had to get closed down and everything. And here we've got fish that got trapped. Murphy's Law only exists if you aren't drunk. Fair. The whole point being, though, it's like, how on earth, who would have thought that this would have happened?
The resources here to handle it. It was very smooth. It was a two-step process.
Buffalo Trace is our neighbor, and we want to be good neighbors. We want to help out any way we can. I think everybody at that time around the flooding was kind of worried about their neighbors.
In total, the Kentucky State Aquaculture Research Team retrieved 250 pounds of fish from the distillery pond, more than a dozen different species.
It's crazy. 250 pounds of fish, which are going to get returned to their natural habitat. Like, they're not being harvested for feeding. You know, nobody's actually gonna like. They're not fishing fish. You know. What did I miss last time I was here? So we were drinking. Now we're what? We're looking at fish. Oh, so what happened was, can't wait to not buy the E.H. Taylor Fish Flood release. What happened, Madrasmus, was there was a flood at a historic, not fishing fish, not if I get there first. There was a flood at a historic distillery in Kentucky, and there has just been this like constant stream, no pun intended, of updates of like, oh, we've just discovered that this happened, and we're slowly like adjusting to this and yada yada yada. And like, this is the most recent update, which has been that there was a small pond that formed on the distillery site, and there were all of these 250 pounds of fish that got stuck. Glenn's Creek could have used this attention. Dude, no kidding. Glenn's Creek could use any attention, honestly.
Will be returned to the Kentucky River.
It's been a transformative experience and a very moving couple weeks.
I don't know why it's silent at the end there. Anyway, just it blew my mind when let me try to do something here real quick. It blew my mind when I first saw that, and I couldn't get over just the insanity of, no, that's not what I want. That's what I want. Oh, okay. Did that fix it? Yes, it did. Okay, I want to show you this too, because some of the photo ops that came out of it were hysterical. Hey, Emily Chambers, what's going on? Go to the Glenn's Creek Vault and support? Yeah. These were some of the pictures that were posted today by Buffalo Trace. After the historic flooding in Frankfort, we witnessed something pretty incredible on the Buffalo Trace distillery grounds. As the waters receded, a pool near a quarter-mile from the river was found teeming with fish, including an ironically fitting big-mouth buffalo. Enter the amazing students from Kentucky State University's aquaculture program with the help of Freddie Johnson. Yes, that Freddie Johnson. They suited up and waded in to rescue the stranded fish using seine nets to safely transport over 250 pounds of native species back to the Kentucky River. This unexpected moment of teamwork, resilience, and care for the local ecosystem reminded us that the spirit of Buffalo Trace goes far beyond bourbon. Huge thanks to KSU, blah, blah, blah. This is so funny to me. This is hysterical. And I don't know why. It's like any opportunity to parade Freddie around, I think they will find a reason. But it's just crazy, man. It's just crazy. By the way, Sweden Drinking Day is next week, so you better have booked your tickets. We have a tradition where every 1st May, we burn a fire to celebrate 1st May called Mabrasan, and it's a real thing, and the main thing we do is drink. That sounds fantastic. No, that's not what I want. That's what I want. Freddie is absolutely the GOAT. I think I've talked about this recently. But Freddie lives not that far from me as well. And My friend got 18, turned 18, and we got him the best gift ever, whiskey. That's fantastic. What kind of whiskey did you get him? I'm assuming Swedish whiskey. But I saw Freddie not too long ago, and told him that, you know, he lived near me, and he was like, well, we have to get together and we have to drink. We have to. Oh, what kind of whiskey did you get him then? He was like, we have to hang out. I was like, my front porch is open, Freddie. I mean, he literally lives like less than 5 minutes away from me. So, I'm thinking about sometime over the summer having Freddie Johnson come by and enjoy some pours together. Because, I mean, how could you say no? How could you say no? Right? All right. This is something that we've been tracking over the past few weeks. Lagavulin 16-year hot dog. That sounds awesome. Y'all are good friends. This is something we've been tracking over the past few weeks. We've been talking about how just crazy. I challenge you to drink a 6-pack of Freddy's the moment he shows up. Dude, I would vomit. I think I would just throw up. Like, unironically, I think I would just puke. It's so much sugar. Here's the thing about that though, Matrasmus. It's not beer. It's root beer. What's crazy is I think I found the first Evernorth release I don't like, a blend of 8 and 11 MGP and 6 and 7 Green River. Fresh Crack isn't doing it for me. On to HAWF Copper and Cask. What is HAWF? My little face keeps getting in the way. I guess I'll put myself up here. I'm gonna chug everything that has. Oh, it's not alcoholic. Root beer is a non-alcoholic drink. Hang on. Oh. Then I won't even look at it. All right. For our this is for our Swedish friend. Oh, hello again, whiskey friends. That's what I gotcha. Their Copper and Cask pick. Yeah, so root beer is a sweet North American soft drink traditionally made using the root bark of the sassafras tree. I can't get Evernorth anymore now that Bourbon Outfitters stopped shipping to Kentucky. Dude, I'm so bummed about that. I have no... Hey, from a wonderful 72-degree night in West Michigan, drinking a Turkey 101 from 2012. Ryan Jeeves, I hope you're doing well. Why do you drink it if it's non-alcoholic? It's like drinking non-alcoholic beer. It's good to mix with bourbon. Nobody uses sassafras anymore, and that's the part that breaks my heart. Dan and Sean, if you're watching, sorry, guys. Anyway, Let's talk about what's been going on. Matrasma said, Dan and Sean, I'm not sorry. Let's talk about what's come out about Garrard County Distilling this week, because it got ugly. It's gotten ugly this week. Steve Coombs wrote a great article for Bourbon and Banter that I wanted to go over. I'm going to keep sipping on my Maker's 101. Garrard County Distilling foreclosure, not a product of industry softness. $250 million committed in just 14 months. It's bankrupt. So what caused this rapid collapse? Soft sales in American whiskey, overextension on its investment, hubris, ignorance. Wow, that happened fast. According to a story in the Lexington Herald Leader, Garrard County Distilling Company, a massive $250 million operation in Lancaster, Kentucky, is in receivership after only 14 months in operation. These are but a few of the painful details reporter Janet Patton provided in her story about the company's unfolding saga. We're going to come back to Janet Patton here in just a moment, because she had an interview with former master distiller Lisa that is very... I have not tried the Swedish beer yet, Madrasmus. That is extremely enlightening, and we are going to dive into that too. These are but a few of the painful details reporter Janet Patton provided in her story about the company's unfolding saga. Owners of the idle distillery, Atlanta-based Staghorn, owe Truist Bank $26 million, which bought a circuit judge's help to appoint an emergency receiver. Staghorn is consented to the receiver, Aurora Management Partners, Inc., which will take over the distillery, whose assets, according to Truist Bank, are rapidly diminishing because of the shutdown. Even worse, the distillery has an unpaid six-figure property tax bill, and unpaid contractors are filing liens on the property. $250 million committed, and in just 14 months, it's bankrupt. So what caused this rapid collapse? We read that already. The answer is potentially a blend of all four with heavier doses of the latter two. For sheer cost perspective, let's make some easy comps. Heaven Hill Distilleries planned to spend $135 million on its new Bardstown whiskey plant, but in the end spent $200 million. Whiskey making began there a few weeks ago, and the company will enter its 90th year of production later this year. One of the world's largest spirits companies, Pernod Ricard, committed $250 million to building a Lebanon, Kentucky distillery for Jefferson's bourbon. That plant is expected to be finished later this year. In other words, well-heeled, big, and veteran whiskey makers committed $200 million to $250 million to new distilleries. Yet amid bourbon's boom, a complete newcomer sits down at the table and matches their bets. Risky, right? But put that way, it's easy to ask, who didn't see this coming? The General Observer, for one. Staghorn built the 50,000 square foot distillery quietly without fanfare in Lancaster, Kentucky, a rural town with a population of about 3,900. Now, I want to point something out here for a second. This point that Steve makes about them building this distillery in a very, very small town that is south of Lexington, where no other distilleries really are. And also, like, with no promotion either, until it was too late, is such an apt observation of why they started to fail. Not just the fact that they weren't selling product and they weren't getting enough back on their investment, but, like, and I've said this before too, we were sent product to review on the show, and we were invited to come to the distillery to talk to some of the folks that worked there, to give some insight into what it was that they were doing. But it just never worked out with our schedules, and it was also earlier in the year. So, with all the weather that we had, it just never really worked out for us to get there. I'm not saying that our little show would have saved them, because it definitely wouldn't have. But when you think about how it just was a series of mismanaged decisions, one thing after another, Again, like, I saw this from the inside out. Like, I witnessed them, and I didn't know it until it was too late, basically, that they just didn't know what they were doing. It just is like, you don't want to see anybody fail. You don't want to see anybody fail, but also, like, I wish we could have helped more. These guys just never stood out, even though they had a state-of-the-art distillery. So weird. They had bad label design and nobody wanted a contract distill there. Yeah, of course. I think that there's so many other good places to contract distill, too. I think that's such an excellent point, for one. And two, like, it was a product. Yeah, you're right. The design work of it all just didn't work. Awful time with the market with a less than great business plan, it seems. Imagine everyone at the board. ALR, we only have 135 million, not a penny more. So, Steve, don't use more than 135. Latest meeting. Steve, guys, I might have just gone over budget. Board, how much, Steve? 200 million. As the distillery went up and rick houses were constructed, GCDC sourced whiskey from Wilderness Trail. I don't think I knew that. I don't think I knew that they were sourcing from Wilderness Trail to get products on shelves while its own whiskey was made using two 45-foot tall, 36-inch wide column stills, no less, and aged. In the Kentucky distilling community, news travels fast and gossip and hunches follow close on its heels, but only a few knew any details about that big distillery in Garrard County. Yep, that's how it's pronounced. You drop the G you harden the G and drop the second R. As happens, the more that the Herald Leader reports, the more people are talking, which brings us back to ignorance and hubris. By some accounts, the distillery's owners were in over their heads financially and professionally. Despite other successful business ventures, they lacked distilling industry knowledge. That kind of brings us to, and I did he get so depressed for going over budget? I mean, it's possible. That kind of brings us to where I wanted to jump to next. And I know we weren't finished with the article, but yeah, they were lost, just completely lost. This brings us to an article that came out yesterday from the Herald Leader, also from Janet Patton, who interviewed Lisa Wicker, who was the master distiller that was hired for Garrard County. Distiller at Shuttered Kentucky Distillery. I was fired 11 days after hiring announced. Oh, give me a... I thought this one was free. Why the crap? Behind a friggin' paywall? Are you kidding me? Anyway, the whole point is that what... Dude, Herald Leader is just... you would think they're hard up for cash. They're not. They're the only newspaper in town. Lord. It's clear, and we keep kind of harping on this, but I just... $2. I mean... For the first 6 months. I know. I get it. I should probably do it. It's a business expense. But whatever. I'm not about to do it on stream, okay? Where was I? I got $2, dog. I just don't want to do it. I don't want to do the whole subscription thing on stream. The whole point between seeing you just said it, they're a newspaper, of course they need money. That's true. I wouldn't do it either. I mean, I am not afraid. I just don't want to put my financial info. I mean, I guess I could do it. Now it does sound like I'm afraid. You're right, Kyle. Just give me a second. It's impossible to cancel if you do it. It took my 6 months to cancel. Now I don't want to do it. Caught between a rock and a hard place. You wouldn't do it? Fine. I won't do it. Anyway. No one remembers a scaredy cat. Kyle, I knew you were scared. But also don't do it. Yeah, I'm not going to do it. Anyway, the whole point is, it's just another, like, obvious showing that these people had no clue what they were doing. And even when they got to the point where they started to figure things out, they clearly were in over their heads. That's the whole point. You hire a great master distiller, somebody. See if that works. See if what works. Give me money, I'll report for you. Don't listen to Kyle, listen to the drunken Swede. Matt, I have no idea what you're saying. See if that works. The link I sent you? Where did you send me a link, big dog? Hello? It's in the chat. It's not showing up in chat for me. Okay, hang on. Hang on a tick. This is your blind reporter in the field. At least I think this is a field. Now, why on earth? You're not wrong, Madrasmus. I think, Matt, I think that worked somehow. Yeah, all right. That's good. I appreciate that because I wanted to take a look at it. So the former master distiller at the Whiskey Saint. What's going on, Darrell? Good to see you, brother. The former master distiller at the financially troubled Garrard County Distilling Company said Tuesday she was fired before she really got started. Lisa Wicker, who had been announced as master distiller in a February 13th, 2024 news release, was ousted because of a difference in philosophies on how to run a distillery, she said in an interview with the Herald Leader. I was fired February 24th, 8 business days after they sent out the press release saying I was hired. They did not understand the function of a master distiller, the market, the importance of authenticity and transparency, Wicker said of the distillery's failure. It could have been successful. There was so much potential. It's a shame, such talent. The production and maintenance team were the best at what they do and the best kind of people. Company CEO Shashi Reddy has not responded to requests for comment. He also co-founded Casemate, a mobile accessories company with wife Lucky, and lives in Atlanta where he collects cars and watches. Court takes over Garrard County Distilling, reportedly a $250 million facility. Joe the Sample Guy, what's going on? Live from Buffalo Trace, this is Tony Bag of Donuts reporting. Sir, this is a Walmart. Please leave. In for reporting from Tony Bag of Donuts. Never seen someone get fired that fast. We're going to find out why here in a second. Garrett had released a few bottles under the label All Nations with bourbon and rye, whiskey allegedly sourced from Wilderness Trail Distillery, and had begun filling a rickhouse with thousands of barrels of new spirits. Literally just a bunch of people who said we should start a distillery without any experience or the aid of consultants is the funniest part of all this. I 100% agree with you. It is hilarious that they get all of this money and they're like, what do we do now? Do you know how to do this? I don't know what to do. So here's All Nations. Do you want to know something else too? I almost did design work. Have I said this? I almost redesigned this label. When we talked about it on the podcast, we specifically said this label could use some work. And they reached out and said, hey, what would you do differently? And I was like, oh, I'll mock some stuff up. And I'm really, really glad that I never did. Because I knew what I wanted to do with it. I knew exactly what I wanted to do with it. Are they watching your stream? I don't care. Why I'm doomed. If they're watching the stream, what's it matter? Like, I never signed a contract or anything. They literally just asked, and I said, "Oh, I'll send something your way for like approval." But even then, like, I shouldn't have done that. I should have been like, "Oh, if you're gonna hire me to do work for you, let's sign a contract so that I can get paid." What's it matter? All of their stuff has been seized by a court anyway. They don't own Garrard County Distilling anyway. They don't have legal grounds to be like it. And that's the other thing. There's literally nothing left. There's nothing. They have nothing. I don't even know. Expecting Garrard County to pay is hilarious. That's the other thing too. Like now, I mean, I would have been like, and I mean, if I had signed a contract, that said, I'm going to do this design work for you, and you are going to owe me this much money, and if not, you yada yada yada, there would have been some kind of like legal action. Like that's just how it is. They'll see my cute comments. They are going to ban me from All Nations. Madrasmus, there is no All Nations anymore. Garrard County Distilling Company, All Nations, is gone. This big, beautiful building is empty. They have completely abandoned it. It has been taken over by the government. All Nations is now No Nations. They got on the rocket and they went to the moon. I just remembered I don't drink whiskey. I just drink vodka. Heck of a thing to remember all of a sudden. Anyway, the whole point is what I'm getting at is like I'm glad I never like wasted my time doing frivolous graphic design work for a company that doesn't have any money, that just is straight up, completely bankrupt. Anyway, we know all that. This is interesting. I wanted to get to this because this is a question that I think a lot of us have had for a while. Who owns the barrels of bourbon and whiskey? It's unclear. Who owns the barrels of whiskey aging on site? Many were allegedly produced or stored for outside investment companies. Some may have been made to fulfill distilling contracts. According to Truist loan documents filed with the suit, the distillery had an agreement with Blue Run Spirits, which was purchased by Molson Coors in August 2023 to produce liquid inventory and to store barrels of whiskey produced elsewhere. But think you could have sued for money to get rich and buy me vodka? What an excellent point you've made. But a spokesman for Blue Run said that while before they purchased the purchase by Coors, Blue Run may have had an agreement with Garrard Distilling, but that Garrard never actually stored anything there or distilled for the label. Garrard County Distilling also told the bank it was storing finished spirits for a company called CWI Ventures, doing business as Victory Spirits Development, an Atlanta bulk spirits company, and separately for Sealbox, according to the court documents. It's just crazy. Sick Blue Run and Garrard County working together as a fever dream. Dude, thinking about... Okay. That's another investment hell nightmare that I don't even want to, like, touch on right now. But the thought of, like, what is going to happen with Blue Run, considering that they announced that that distillery site, like, 2 years ago, and nothing has happened. Like, what's going on? I mean, clearly they just can't find investors. Am I wrong? I can't, that's what's happening. What was the original? Yeah, I completely agree the distillery is never going to happen. Not a speck of dirt has been moved. Exactly. But nobody's invested in it. It was an estimate of like $300 million or something. Dude, it was almost exactly 2 years ago. Oh, friggin'. Here, Spectrum News won't do me wrong. $51 million project. They're just waiting for the right opportunity. The mock-up looked tight, very on brand for Blue Run. Looks promising on the outside. Nobody wants the butterfly. Nobody wants to put $51 million into a new brand that is still largely untested while bourbon is seeing a downswing right now. Hey, Jordan, what's up? They sold to Coors. I bet they end up just opening a tasting room on Whiskey Row or something. I think that's the move right now. I think that's how people are just actively, like, finding a way to move product without, you know, and it's not like Blue Run is overly committed to distilling their own product anyway. They're doing just fine with sourcing. I don't see any problem with doing something like that. The bourbon opportunity is quickly disintegrating. It's actively disintegrating. But the thing is, and again, I'm going to keep harping on this. It's not because bourbon is really in a true downswing. It's just because people's spending habits have readjusted to what they were supposed to be had COVID not happened. Blue Run turns into a microbrewery instead. Yeah. We've looked at the chart before. It's not that bourbon is in a dip. It is just readjusted to where expectations were for spending for alcohol sales by the time we got to 2025 and 2026. We overspent during COVID by $1 billion with alcohol sales. And people got excited about that, and they thought that that was where things were going. But, you know, when you put all that money into these investments, you wind up with things like Garrard County firing their master distiller 8 business days after they announced that she was hired. That's what happens. Money is fake. Bourbon is fine. It's just that the poorly ran money grab brands are falling off. Exactly. Blue Run. All right, guys, we're going to make a mind-blowing move. What if, hear me out, we make a $51 million investment? Today, Blue Run, we are in deep shit. It's just... This is great. Thinking about how long this has been going on, a month and a half at this point, basically. The distillery has been sitting idle at least since mid-March with workers furloughed and no distilling taking place. I said this exact thing too when they laid off their workers in mid-March. They said, give us 2 weeks, you'll come back, we'll be able to pay you again. They laid off their damn workers, and they said we would have money for you. Of course they weren't going to have money for their workers. There was no money to be had. These idiots go in on these stupid projects, and they hire well-intended workers, and they can't fulfill their contracts. It's ridiculous. We keep seeing this. Do I have proof I said this? I said this on stream. Free beer tomorrow. Exactly. We're having a pizza party, so everybody feels like they've been properly thanked for their job. I wonder which lawyer told them the furlough would soften the blow. The same lawyer that probably said that, oh, it's going to be fine if you put all $250 million into this project, and in a couple years, you're going to have it all right back. Just keep putting off your payments. You're going to be fine. God, I don't want to see this picture. Where I didn't see it, you might not have been watching at that point. Vascular. Yeah, it was a gross image. I didn't want to see it. So Franklin, Wicker, Lisa Wicker, was at Lexington Brewing which is the place that makes friggin' Town Branch and Kentucky Ale, and said it hadn't been a great fit, and she left after just under a year. And she said that she was offered like a great deal by what's this guy, Ray Franklin? Yeah, Ray Franklin, the founder and president of Staghorn, which built the new $250 million Garrard County Distilling Company. So he offered her top dollar. And yeah, she said that the culture was not normal distillery culture. But the executive team didn't seem interested in hearing her concerns about how Garrard Distilling was being run, she said. And her CV basically is that she's worked at Limestone Branch, Starlight Distillery, Preservation, and Widow Jane. And she had brought in a team from Turkey, Jim Beam, Four Roses, and other well-known Kentucky distilleries, as well as MGP, to come to previously dry Garrard County to kickstart a bold new venture. And best of all, Franklin told her that the distillery already had enough contracts for its whiskey to fill barrels for the next 4.5 years. Dude. This guy, Franklin, this guy, way overpromised. What was he doing signing all of these contracts? How did he manage to stay afloat? How much money was he getting paid up front? So swindling people. What Truist Bank filings show about Garrard Distilling. The turmoil began before the place ever filled its first barrel in January 2024. According to documents filed in the lawsuit, the distillery lost at least one major investor and the chief executive officer before the distillery was operational. In October 22, dude was gaslighting so hard. Man, it's great. It pisses me off so much that it almost feels like a Ponzi scheme. It really feels like like he was just a con man, in all seriousness. In October 22, Truist Bank agreed to give distillery parent company GBRE a $5 million loan of credit. I need another drink. I'm sorry. Parent company GBRE a $5 million line of credit and a $20 million loan, according to court records. But within 6 months, the original CEO listed on loan paperwork, Matthew Merrick Shira, had resigned with a $1.8 million settlement. According to the same document, Chief Financial Officer Wade Honeycutt also had resigned as CFO. He apparently remained involved with the company, but not as CFO. He's also listed as an investor. It is crazy how many people saw the writing on the wall and said, peace. Trailer Park Holdings had contributed 400 barrels of spirits from another undisclosed distillery to the company in exchange for an interest and received 390 barrels back along with the purchase price for 10 barrels that had been sold according to the amended loan agreement. But Truist agreed to grant a waiver and to revise the loan documents with Reddy listed as chairman of All Nation Investors and Franklin listed as president of All Nations Investors. All Nations, along with GBRE, also known as Green Bomber, comprise about 180 investors who put in a combined $50 million into the distillery, according to the court documents. 11 investors put in $1 million or more. Many put in hundreds of thousands. It isn't clear how much Reddy put in. The Reddy Family Trust invested $1 million, according to the loan documents. About 30 investors, including Franklin, appear to have put money in both All Nations and Green Bomber, according to the court filing. By November 2024, Franklin had left Garrard County Distilling to join Spirits Capital, a barrel brokerage, as chief revenue officer, overseeing the operation of their distilled barrels financial exchange site. He said at that time he remained an investor in Staghorn and hoped to help Garrard County Distilling find buyers for its barrels of newly made whiskey. I did all the things I set out to do with Staghorn. All right, we're almost done with this. Sorry. The distillery was already facing one lawsuit from contractors Dawson Horsky, who also filed a nearly $2.2 million lien against Garrard Distilling in July 2024. The contractors alleged they had not been paid for labor and materials and that there were at least 3 other liens filed against the property. It is crazy. It is crazy. The mismanagement, the sheer ineptitude that some people with money have to just completely screw over an entire distillery. He has an igloo in Hawaii he'd like to sell you. That's hilarious. Franklin, before the meeting with her, bro, trust me, I know what I'm doing. There's no way we can screw all this up, Franklin, after all this. Shit. I'm just astounded by how little. And the funny thing is, too, the funny thing about this, keep this in mind. This is so poorly managed. This is so unbelievably mismanaged that at no point can you look at this. At no point can you look at their actions and go, oh, they clearly did what they were doing because it seems like they knew that they were going to make money on the back end of this. You know what I mean? Like, something doesn't add up to me where it feels like they had the right people in the right place to make smart investment decisions. Keep what in mind that I'm pretty. Madrasmus, you're killing me tonight, homie. But you know what I mean? It's just so much incompetence. And so many, like, deep levels of what are we doing here? I don't get it. And I truly feel like this is not the last that we are about to hear of this. I think that something else is about to break. It might not be this week. It might not be next. I think we are in for some insane parts of this story to come out before too long. Anyway, I'm sorry that took so long. There was a lot of that I wanted to get to. It just is like all that I've been able to think about. That's what I'm saying, Madrasmus. It's like a speed run on how quickly can we go bankrupt. But why? Why? Don't you want to do like good bourbon stuff? Anyway. On to some fun stuff, and then we'll get to the review. Because it's already past 8 o'clock, which is crazy. Maybe we'll go a little bit long tonight. Bacta. Or Bacta? Is that the tank that they heal people in Star Wars? Bacta releases the number 1. It's a 2011 vintage bourbon. These bottles look so pretty. I've never once bought one because I've always been a little expensive. It's unveiled its 3rd annual single vintage bourbon offering, the Bacta 2011 bourbon with a suggested retail price of $149. Only 11 barrels of this release will be made available, making it the smallest run. It's 2 in the that's crazy. Madrasmus, thank you for being here, homie. Distilled in Tennessee. Oh, is it Dickel? The Bacta 2011 bourbon was finished in a curated selection of single vintage Armagnac casks housed in the Bacta Griswold Spirits Library at the brand's Vermont campus. Key finishing barrels include vintages from Bacta 1973 Armagnac, number one spirit in the world, yada, 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 and Bacta 1984 Armagnac. Bum, 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 bum. Bacta 2011 bourbon is bottled at 111 proof and aged 12 years and 10 months. Its mash bill consists of 84% corn, 8% rye, and 8% malted barley. Finished and bottled by hand in Vermont, this expression aims to deliver rarity, complexity, and pedigree in every bottle. I am curious where this mash bill is from. Jack Daniels. Wait, this is saying Dickel. Yeah, that Breaking Bourbon says that's the Dickel mash bill. Yeah, I was about to say Clifton. I didn't. Yeah, everywhere else is saying Dickel. So they're using... 12-year, almost 13-year Dickel. Aged in Armagnac. I mean, I'm still curious, but man, $150 for George Dickel. Madrasmus, I love Jack Daniels. Got me excited too. Don't get me wrong. I was pretty excited for that. Speaking of things I'm excited for, Jefferson's has a new high proof bourbon. Cast strength bourbon. 8 years and 130 proof for $69. $70 for an 8-year-old 130 proof bourbon. What is this? What in the 2016, 2017 bourbon market are we doing here, Jefferson's? Oh my Lanta. I love everything about this. I want a bottle of this so badly. I don't know where to buy it, but I gotta get one. I tell you what, if I can find one before next week, that's what I'm gonna review. That's what we'll be reviewing next week. Heck, I might buy two. I thought it would at first before I ever I looked up the. Gotta slow down for a second. I'm way too excited. I thought as well before I ever looked up the price of it, that it was also going to be like $200. I couldn't tell you the last time I bought anything Jefferson's. I bought, I can't remember which one I bought that I liked so much that I did a stream on. Matrasmus. Mash bill's undisclosed, but oh man. For years, Jefferson's Reserve has been our flagship bourbon, celebrated for its balance and sophistication. With this cast strength release, we are peeling back the layers to reveal the whiskey in its most authentic form, untamed, uncut, and packed with authentic flavor. This is for those who crave the full experience of a high-proof bourbon that's as big as it is drinkable. Trey Zoller. I need to get Trey Zoller back on the podcast. When I interviewed him last, it was like 2019, 2018 maybe? I don't remember. But I was sick. I did it in his dining room, too. It was very interesting. New Riff has their newest edition of their Sour Mash Single Malt coming out soon. 7 to 10 years old. Finished in 6 different casks, and the final blend was rebarreled into used oak for an extended maturation period. It's going to be 115.2 proof, 100% barley varietals, Maris Otter, Scottish peated barley, and a beer-inspired mash bill based on classic barley wine. 6 casks the malt whiskeys matured in include new charred oak, decharred toasted oak, decharred and recharred oak, Madeira casks, Oloroso sherry casks, and red wine casks. Hello to you, Jeffrey Wack. I hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Can't remember when I have ever bought whiskey. Oh, I know never. Madrasmus, it's so funny that you're here on this bourbon-centric stream. And you've never bought whiskey. I pulled my Jefferson aged at sea cast strength from the back of the cabinet a few hours ago to revisit. Tony, I feel like you always have very, pours that are just very, what am I trying to say? I don't know. Relatable? Not relatable. Relevant. Very relevant to what we're talking about on stream, somehow. Single malt's not my jam, but I will try again. I do love it. What would you have done without me? Dude, I missed you for the time you were gone. $69.99 a bottle and will be available for purchase at New Riff's Distillery gift shop beginning Friday, May 2nd. So next Friday. Apropos, yeah. And will also be available for online shopping and at select retail locations through the Distillers Distribution Network in the coming weeks. Madrasmus said, Tony, I'm going to touch your toes. Tony, I hope you're okay with that. Also, I don't know if this... Let's see if... Yes, I am aware. Please go away. Yes, I'm over. Hey, there's our friend Joe. Beatrice. Hello? Wonder if the foolproof is completely sold out. Oh, I guess I would have to go to buy now, wouldn't I? Yep, sold out. That's all right. Anyway, they put out a foolproof bourbon. Tony said $2, Madrasmus. What is going on with my mouse? It's a pretty good deal. Run to the store. It was this is supposed to be in some stores as well. So if you didn't get it online, there's still a chance for you to find it in select retailers. But it was a 11 and 20-year-old Kentucky bourbon, 16 and 18-year-old Indiana, and 16 and 17-year-old Tennessee at 123 proof. 300 bottles at $200 each. And it was also supposed to be at the Louisville facility. I was too focused on trying to get the Switch 2. $1 Tony and a kiss on the forehead. Maybe something more. What's happening? And then last but not least, new label approval, King of Kentucky 2025 release. A 17-year single barrel at what, 123.10 proof or something? Barreled in 07. Oh, 133, sorry. I'm bad. I'm so bad at math. Yeah. The problem is so many of my bottles have been sitting here untouched for months or years that I need to find them and finish them. It's untenable now. Hi, my name is Tony, and I have a problem. Welcome to the club, homie. Just teaching the kids some love. Jeez Louise. Oh, what a stream. What a stream this has been tonight. And we haven't even gotten to the review portion. Which for some reason is where people say, thanks for being here. Thanks for streaming. Thanks for, having an evening. And then they dip. I'm like, so you wanted me to just talk about the news and not drink whiskey? And I get very confused. But tonight, we're going to be reviewing 2 new products from our friends at Buzzard's Roost out of Louisville, Kentucky. Hi, Tony. I also have a problem. It's called being an alcoholic. The first one is a 100 proof signature double oak bourbon from Buzzard's Roost. This is the cute little sample bottle that they sent. And it's not focusing on my camera. Please focus, dadgummit. Okay. I believe this is like 4 years old. I'm drinking whiskey. I'm in trouble. And the second one is a 100 proof straight bourbon whiskey finished with toasted French oak. I believe the French oak is a limited release, and the double barrel is supposed to be something that they are putting out more regularly. The double barrel is called their signature double oak. Looks like a perfume. I have a business idea, a perfume that smells like whiskey. Great way to go straight to jail if you're driving and get pulled over. Straight to jail, man. Excuse me, sir. Have you been drinking? I absolutely have not. You smell just like whiskey. I'm not. I don't. I promise. It's just my cologne. Let me pull up the price for these as well. You know what, Google? I don't want your fiber. Please stop sending me spam emails. The double oak is $45 a bottle, which is friggin' sweet. Let me see if I can pull up the... Hello, yes. Oh my God. Yeah, 4 years old, 100 proof, $45. And the French oak is... Four-year MGP and 6 month to 1 year in their proprietary barrel, and $95. 75% corn, 21 rye, and 4% malted barley. Earmuffs chat. Perry wants to talk to Google. Google can hear me. Somehow. Also, I got, like, out of nowhere, just a bunch of gray. I don't know how. The French oak is French. So, yeah, my gray hairs are starting to pop up more. It's happening. Which is fine. I always thought I'd look good with a lot more gray hair. Yeah, let's start with the double oak. not overly double oaky. You know what's funny? It does have a little bit of a perfume thing going on. That'll happen? Oh, yeah, of course. Just take black spray paint. My hair's not quite black. It's more brown. It looks black on camera. But black spray paint would be, a choice. It's a little perfumey. Chocolate, coconut. It's a little minty as well. It's a very interesting nose. But I'm ready. Thanks for sticking with me for this, folks. Brown spray paint, my bad. Yeah. That is not bad. I tell you what. Before we go too far, I'm going to do a couple of one-to-one comparisons. The first one I'm going to do is with Barrel Foundation Double Barrel, which is almost like a direct comparative product. I mean, their mash bills are almost exactly the same too. The only thing that's different is that it's a little bit older and it's got older components in there. Best perfume idea ever. Everyone would want it. It would be at a price at $99.99, and I would be a millionaire before the end of the week. That's true. I keep it super short now to hide it. Have you seen Shook lately? He ain't hiding it. Dude, Shook looks good with all that gray hair. He looks great with all that gray hair. These smell very similar, actually. There's more marshmallow on the barrel. And I feel like I need to take the Buzzard's Roost to a cabin in the woods. Tony, I'm going to keep it short. Your toes are short. What's up, dudes? Sean Holtgrave, good to see you, brother. Hope you've had a good week. Thanks for your support during Matt Madness. Thanks to everybody's support during Matt Madness. I appreciate it. It was fun. That was the most fun I'd had during Matt Madness, I would say. Even though I did not win, I had a great time. That genuinely, I was just kind of there to have fun. Of course I wanted to win, but I have a hug for you from Matt Madness. Aw. But it was just what an incredible stream. I had always said I wanted to go up against Grease, and he and I, we mesh so well. He and Will are two of my favorite people. What did you compete in and what did you win? So it was a blind whiskey tasting competition, and I won nothing because I lost. I don't do super well in blind tastings with identifying products. I can do tasting notes really, really well. But when it comes to naming distilleries, naming, ages, really just products in general, it's not my forte. But that being said, I can pull one out every now and then. Well, forget that last comment. I just cut it today. Just took a selfie, and it's definitely not hiding. I don't see it with my naked eye vision. Well, that's fair. But yeah, I always know I'm probably not going to make it out of the first round. I don't really do blind tastings that often either. And when I do, I kind of get in my head. It's like test taking. You know what I mean? So it's completely fine. I was so happy to be asked back. I was happy to hang out with Matt and Grease and Chris for 3 hours on stream. And then we hung out and we talked for like another hour after the stream ended. And the only way that it ended at all was Grease was like, I've got to go to bed. He was like, my wife is waiting for me. I need to go to bed. And I was like, that's fair. And then I DoorDashed Wendy's because we had recorded earlier in the day, and then I had a bunch of whiskey, and I was like, I should probably, guess the whiskey. Them already. You're gonna guess that what whiskey this is. You. It's whiskey. Them. Yes, we know. But what type of whiskey? You. A really good whiskey. I wish it had been that easy. That barrel, the barrel bourbon double barrel. What was the order? The order from Wendy's was the Baconator with pickles. Wait, what all did I get? Because I was a little toasted. I had a little bit to drink that night, and I don't remember everything that I did. The Cajun Crunch. What? I don't eat a whole lot of fast food anymore. And anytime... Oh, never eaten Wendy's? Dude. Oh, here we go. So great to see you and Chris. It was such a surprise. Oh, I kind of had an inclination that Chris was going to be competing after... after he made his post earlier in the day. But it was just I'm so glad that he's coming back. He was one of my favorite whiskey tubers from back in the day and just such a genuine sweet person. Yeah, it made me very happy. Anyway. I got a double Baconator with pickles. Large fries. I got a 6-piece spicy buffalo nugget. Because I didn't want to, I wanted a little bit extra. But I didn't want to go full, ghost pepper or anything. Especially after drinking whiskey. Felt like that would have been bad combination. And then I had chugged a cold brew, too. Which, I don't know why I did that. I don't know why I chugged a cold brew that night. But I did. And here we are. Baconator Doofenshmirtz latest gadget. Oh. Doofenshmirtz Evil Incorporated. I love those nuggies. Oh, me too. When Grease turned up in chat, I knew he'd be competing. We kind of thought that Grease was going to be competing because Eric is still on the podcast Patreon. And Grease posted his intro video on their Patreon earlier in the week. And I Cold brew from where? From Wendy's. If you've not had Wendy's cold brew, it's really good. Like, underrated as a fast food coffee. It is incredible, honestly. I think Wendy's has the best fast food. The Trasmas. Wendy's has the best fast food breakfast and easily the best fast food coffee as well. Anyway, yeah, Grease had posted his like intro video for Matt Madness on their Patreon, even though he was supposed to be one of the mystery tasters. And I was like, well, I guess cold brew needs frosty. Ghost peppers are life. Oh, I mean, I do love ghost pepper. Don't get me wrong. You can also get a cold brew frosty, or a frosty cold brew, or however you want to put it. Tell Tony what I'm telling him. Madrasmus keeps saying some things about your toast, Tony. I just don't want to say them out loud because they make me uncomfortable. Anyway, back to the whiskey. But this is all to say, thank you, guys, genuinely very much for supporting on Matt Madness. It was so much fun, and I always wish, like, I've taken it more in stride this year because I just wanted to have fun, and I was. It's not that I wasn't taking it seriously. I wasn't like, no, whatever. But I went into it just genuinely being like, it's okay if I lose. I don't know what's going to happen. And I just appreciated the fact that I was back, for one. And two, I don't know. Like, even if I had won, I don't know. It wouldn't have made a difference to me one way or another. It was just, anytime I get to hang out with people on WhiskeyTube or be like a part of it, I'm there for it. Wendy's is the best of the major chains. I bet best nuggets, second best fries, best chicken sandwiches, and the double stack. Forget about it. I think I completely agree with you. I think I might like Popeye's chicken sandwiches just a little bit better. But I like Wendy's variety of chicken sandwiches. I'm getting a little hungry. Not that I didn't have dinner. You twisted my arm. I'm pouring Buzzard's Roost Founders Saving Cigar Blend. I finished what I had left of mine a little while ago. Tony's over Twitch now with Madrasmus. Hey, yo, we got a bunch of people watching on Twitch, too. Thank you all so much for being here, even if you're lurking. I appreciate it. We're still on the road to affiliate. If you're watching right now, just drop a chat, drop an emote, something. Come in every week. Just say hi. We need to try to get engagement up on Twitch regularly throughout a given month so that we can get to affiliate as well. I'd like to get subs there. Yeah, because especially because now that we have a confirmation that I will have a Switch 2. Imagine looking at past chats when joining. Yeah. Now that a Switch 2 is in my future, I will be streaming Switch 2 stuff. Exclusively for Twitch. So yeah. And I do like doing some podcast stuff or bourbon stuff just on Twitch from time to time as well. It's a good time. It's a good time. I enjoy it. So yeah, just say hey. I appreciate you guys. I don't know who I was watching. I can't see it as easily like I do with YouTube. But regardless, thank you all for your support. Tell your friends about it. Share the stream. Watch every week. Have notifications turned on so you know when I go live. This isn't a swap meet, no haggling. Tony and Madrasmus are having a very funny conversation over on Twitch as well. Drop a chat, drop an email. Tony dropping apparently more than that, at least for Madrasmus. Yeah. What is Twitch? Here. Support the show on Twitch. Head over there, follow. It's mainly gaming, a gaming platform. But, plenty of people do, podcast streams, chat-in streams, stuff like that. I love Twitch. I watch Twitch all the time. What the heck is the internet? Dude, I barely know. Everyone on that other streaming side is just jealous because of mine and Tony's bonding. Everything's computer. Anyway, I know the internet. It's a series of tubes. I'm going to move on to the French oak. Check this guy out. It's got a nice color to it. Nice and ruby. Bonding like Gorilla Glue. Something like that. I don't even know what's happening anymore, Tony. I lost the plot a while ago. I'll be honest with you. Madrasmus don't need to. This smells phenomenal. I don't know how to say that. But it's crazy you said that twice tonight. Sugar kitty. I don't know how to say that. That mouthfeel. Oh my goodness. That is incredible. Quercus robur. It's some kind of wood? What? Interesting. It's the name for French oak? Really? It looked French, which is why I said I don't know how to pronounce it. For anybody curious, this is fine. Madrasmus is real hard up for cash, apparently. I think Tony's bouncing back and forth between chats, Madrasmus. Quercus alba is white oak, what we usually use in right. Yeah, cool. So Quercus rober, excuse me. Yeah, see, Tony's still there. Tony's like everybody in whiskey chat for some reason. Everybody just like multitasks. This is genuinely fantastic. Sugar Kitty. Madrasmus, I'll loan you the $2 if it means that much to you. So many Tonys. There's like 7 streams on tonight. It's a bit crazy. Jeez, dude, don't you miss the days when it was like we all coordinated when we were going to stream and we were able to get on Discord and say, okay, Perry's streaming at 7 and then Clifton's streaming at 8 and then I don't know, Chad and Sarah are streaming at 9. And it was like, it's so easy because there were so few of us. And now it's like, holy crap, where did you all come from? Money is money. This is wonderful. And this French oak is awesome. I don't know what you mean. And Thursday night is the busiest of all? Of course it is. Thursday night is the only night that I have left to, like, do anything to. I could switch it. I just, like, it would be too complicated for literally everybody else. I like my Thursday night streams, too. Thursday fits really, really nice. It's just so difficult when there are. I like, please no changes. I like 7 all at once. Well, if you insist. I can't change because of the way that my schedule works out. Like it would complicate too many other things for me, unfortunately. Most weeks Cam is next, and I leave him for Cliffy at 9. Hey, Papa Ritter's here. Glad you're here, Papa Ritter. Yep, Madrasmus might have been a bit. I fill the time gap between Akavite and Drums and Drams. I'm a seat filler. I do like, though, that after all these years, couple things. First one, I like that there are still so many people who come and watch what I do. I love it. It means the absolute friggin' world to me. The second thing is that I love how much Whiskey Tube still means to everybody. Imagine what a person must think when they join and see this. Madrasmus, I couldn't even tell you, man. No idea. Oh, that's the cast. Where's my regular? Bum, bum, bum. Bourbon. I just had the dadgum. Like, I can't do Whiskey Tube all the time. I swear I just saw the 46. Where's my Maker's 46? I'll just use the cast strength. At least I can tell you what a cat thinks. Tonight's the first night of the Pearl Jam tour? Oh. Where are they playing tonight? You'd think a bottle of Maker's Mark would be easy to find with the stupid red wax. Screw it. Cast strength. Oh, where did my Makers go? Oh, where can it be? With its neck so long and its bottle so short. Oh, where can it be? Bottle kill. Yeah, I've got no idea. I've got absolutely no idea where that bottle of 46 is. But that was a bottle kill of 46 cast strength. Hollywood, Florida. Even flow starts to run like butterfly. Oh, we don't know. I was born in the dark. I was born in the dark, molded by it. 2 weeks from tonight, I'll be seeing them in Nash Vegas. Man, I've been in Nashville in so long. I'll tell you what. Yo. I think the Buzzard's Roost might be better than the Maker's 46 cast strength. That boy ain't right. Nashville is absolutely still a town for bachelorette parties. But I love Nashville. I was thinking about it the other day and how much I miss playing shows there. I can't believe I had the unbelievable opportunity to play music in Nashville. Woo girls everywhere. For the better part of a year. It was just a phenomenal opportunity with all the little pieces. That boy, I say, that boy is like 5 miles of bad road. Yeah, I got to play Grimies. I got to play one of the most famous record stores in the world. It was incredible. Everyone should get to see Perry play live. I wish I could play live more. Early, it's my New Year's resolution for 2026. I'm going to play live more. Nashville bachelorette parties, a lot of girls. Maybe Pang Pang? Pang Pang. That sounds like it's slang for something. I need to work on my Hank Hill, by the way. That boy, I say, that boy is like 5. It starts going weird. That boy is like 5. It's about as sharp as a bowling ball. It's not good. It's really bad. I tell you what. Tony's come to a fun realization on the Twitch chat. Stick to Herbert, I'll do the Hank Hill. I think that sounds like a good idea. I'll have a meeting of the minds between Herbert and old Hank. Bring the propane. Stupid. I just got on. Can you start over again? Yeah. Hang on. What's going on, everybody? Happy Thursday. It's Tim Bip Live. Hope you've had a good week. My name is Perry. I'm the host of This Is My Bourbon Podcast. You might also know me as My Bourbon Gamer if you're watching on Twitch or if you, hit the like button if you haven't done so already. If you're watching on the replay, thanks so much for being here. Hit the subscribe button as well. Hey, Don Nishida. Good to see you. Don't forget to stretch those creamy hamstrings. Just a behind the scenes, behind the curtain Pearl Jam moment. Even Flow is the go-to bathroom song. I heard someone wanted to buy an igloo I have in Hawaii. Is that an ascot? Do I look like I'm wearing an ascot? I'm wearing a shirt with a dog on it. It's a dog shirt. I'll be seeing the great Dawn I Never Win Nishida in 4 weeks. I am so jealous. After spending a week in Boston, I now understand when you and Eric complain about weird weather. It's 82 degrees on one day, the next day 52. Yeah, there's no consistency to a lot of weather in the mainland U.S. Yeah, wrong live stream. Mike made it look like I was doing a Fred. Hey, everybody. That's my Fred. Dog shirt, don't they have laws for the owners to clean up where you are? They also have to be on leashes. It's always the wrong stream when I'm here. Think Perry don't like me? What do you mean? I'm not ignoring you. I just missed your comment. I've got like 18. No, it looks like you're doing a Fred Flintstone about to eat ribs. That's funny. That didn't look bad at all. It was a horrible impression. Yeah, it was bad. It was a very bad impression, I will admit. Should we talk about Charlie's Angels again? Do we have to? Why? Someone's butthurt. Oh my goodness gracious. I am over my 2 hours, though, and I've done everything I was supposed to do. This has been a great stream, though. This is my live stream. Papa Ritter. Man, I love y'all. Thank you so much for tuning in. This was a heck of a lot of fun. Hey, Madrasmus, go get streaming, my friend. May have done a tiny wee bit more, just a little bit. Good night, Madrasmus. Love you, homie. Take care. I hope you all have a great week. Oh, I'm still on the stream start soon. I forgot to change it over. Oh. Been fun. What a good night. Next week, hopefully I'll find that new Jefferson's so we can get reviewing that. That would be lovely. We need to get a guest on a live stream soon, too. Try to get a guest on soon. I think that'd be nice. All right. Oh, come on! See y'all next time. Bye.